For number 1, to transform onto triangle DEF, it is a rotation, 90 degrees, and since it goes to the left, that is counterclockwise. So if you write CCW on the test, that works. Number 2 says it is a parallelogram, and it wants to know where point L prime is going to be. In reality, you don't have to worry about graphing the entire thing. You just have to worry about L. So if it goes clockwise, you know it's going to go in this direction. So then my suggestion is you turn your paper clockwise so that this becomes your x-axis and this becomes your y-axis, and graph the parallelogram. This is M prime, and then over here you'll see that this is L prime. And I can stop right here. I do not have to keep going to do the entire parallelogram because all it said is where is point L. So you just really need this one. This coordinate is -3, -5. If you do not give me the coordinate and you just leave it as the graph, it is wrong. You need to make sure that you give me the coordinate. Number 3, in order to get this rectangle onto the other one, it was a rotation. But of course you have to be specific. It was 90 degrees. And since this is the prime, that's the new one, so it went this direction, which is clockwise. For number 4, on the test, you're only going to have to give me one. You don't have to give me all 3. But for this one, it would have been a reflection on this line. And that line is x equals -2 because it went through the -2 on the x-axis. The other line that you could draw is this line, and that line is at +1. So you would write reflection again on +1 for the y-axis. The other way you could do it is if you spin it on the center. If you rotate it, doesn't matter which direction, but 180 degrees. And you could either write from the center of the figure or from the point, which is -2, 1, which is the center of the figure. We didn't have to do that in homework, but that's why I'm only asking on the test that just one of them is done. For number 5, there's the graph and there's only W, and you're reflecting it first over the x-axis. So over the x-axis becomes here. So there's the first one, temporary prime. And then you translate it 7 to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This becomes my official W prime. What are the coordinates? That is -4, +2. Most common error is students do not read the first part of the question, especially with this one question. So just please make sure that you're looking at it and you read the entire question. For number 6, I would suggest that you draw a picture. So number 6, draw a picture. It just says B is between A and C, so put B in the middle somewhere. BC is what you have to find. This part is x plus 4. The other section is 2x plus 1. And AC, the whole shebang, is 23. So you would add them. X plus 4 plus 2x plus 1 equal to 23. You get x plus 5. And subtract 5 from both sides. And I get 18, and x equals 6. Remember, that's not my answer. You have to find BC. So let's go back to the picture. From B to C, that's this piece right here. So take x equals 6 and plug it into the x. So that's 2x plus 1, plug in 6. 2 times 6 is 12. 12 plus 1 is 13, and that's your answer for number 6. For number 7, this was a warm-up question. You have to find x. If the entire thing, AEB, is the entire angle. If the entire angle is 87, I already have 35. How much is the rest? So you take 87 and subtract 35. Oh, you don't have to borrow. My bad. 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus 3 is 5. Your answer is 52 degrees. For number 8, which is a vertical translation. So vertical is an up and down movement. So any type of vertical movement goes up and down. If it was horizontal, it would have been left and right. So if you're moving horizontally, it's going to the left. If you're moving on a vertical line, it'd be going up and down. The correct answer is D, even though it's a minus, so if this is your point, it's still going in an up and down movement. Number 9, it's the same question of that same parallelogram, except it's just doing something else. It's reflecting on the y-axis. So it says take the parallelogram, reflect on the y-axis. So here's the y-axis. What's on the right side will now flip-flop on the left. But who cares about any of the points? You only need to worry about point K. So just do point K. K is 5. So you move over 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is K prime. That is -5, +1. And that's your answer. Number 10. Write a rule that describes the translation. So they're already giving it to you with the arrow and all that. So just all you have to do is just follow it. Pick any point. I'm going to pick B or D because C and A, they look too hard. So B moves to the right in a positive direction. So count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then it goes down 2. Number 11, you have to do more than one step. This is probably one of the hard ones that you're going to have on the test because you have to graph both of them and it's going to be worth a lot of points. So please read the instructions very carefully. The first step says to translate or reflect over the x-axis. When you reflect over the x-axis, count how far away each point is from the x-axis and then count some more on the opposite direction. So B is 1, 2, 3, 4. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and here's B prime. So if you just do the first step, this is partial credit because that's just the first part of the practice. The second part says translate 3 units to the left. So translate 3 to the left. So each point goes 1, 2, 3 to the left. Here is my official A or A double prime. 1, 2, 3. It says just graph A prime, B prime, C prime. This is really the real one. 1, 2, 3. The green one is just like your work on your way to get there. Number 12 is asking for the vector form of this translation. Remember, vector sideways V's. How much did he move from J to J prime? Any point, really. I'm just picking J. It goes to the right. 1, 2, 3. And then it goes up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, up 6. Positive because it went to the right and positive because it went up. What is this type of translation? So it's a translation. Nothing happened to the x. It wasn't x plus any number, so it's just x. So it doesn't move left or right because that's the x-axis. The y-axis is the one that goes up and down, and the -4 means it went down. Number 14 is Pac-Man, and what happens with the ghost? Who did I eat? So if I went left 7 and up 3, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and up 1, 2, 3. Since I've already gone here, I have eaten ghost number 2. Number 15, this is the segment, and then the other segment is these points, what describes the transformation. Seriously, when I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know. I can't just stare at the points and know what's happened. So I'm just going to cheat and use number 16's graph to graph it. So it was -2, -4, which is down here, and 3, -1. So here's my initial one. Then all of a sudden it became +2, -4, and -3, -1. What happened? It looks like it flip-flopped on the y-axis. So that is called a reflection. Number 16, it's asking you to find the length of AB. I'm going to erase my problem from number 15. To find AB, my suggestion is you use Pythagorean Theorem. Pythagorean Theorem right here. This is length 2. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes. So you do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, because this is the length you want to find. 4 plus 16 is 20. A lot of students stopped here, but you have to go one more step and write square root. This is a review of chapter or unit 1. Then do the same thing for a prime b prime. Oh, and you'll find out it's the same math. So if you do a squared plus b squared equals c squared, not even going to do it, I'll find out that it's the same measurement. So if they're the same measurement, is this a rigid transformation? The answer is yes, because the measures are the same.